Step 3 is basically getting the rhythm down, the kick, the bass, the loops, and getting a feel for how the track's going to sound.
So you're telling the computer to choose the bit that you've just recorded in the sampler to record?
Yeah, I'm actually telling it to put this keyboard through to that.
Now I see why you affected it.
So we recorded the sample in, and now we can place it. So these are the beats, 1, 2, 3, 4, then the next bar starts here.
Right.
So I'm going to put it in sort of like this, so it creates a kind of interesting rhythm.
Now where's that come from?
So now the kick drum is here. I've already selected that it's gone to the K2000, that part, so I've already loaded a kick into there.
So you tell the computer when you want the synthesizer to turn on and off,
Yep.
and you control what the sound is coming out of the synthesizer.
Well, that's more controlled inside the synth.
Right.
You can control that from the computer as well, certain parts of it.
But you set it up
Yep.
for what sound you want
You
before.
set up all the sounds in the synthesizers, like those ones over there.
Do you go a little stir crazy in the studio?
Never. No, not once. Never.
Well, so far so good. We're learning on how to become a record producer in 6 easy steps.
We're learning heaps, and here's hoping you are too.
Taking notes too.
We're up to part 4, step 4 on how to make a dance track.
Yeah, let's get back into meeting Noel and finding out how to make your own dance track.
Step 4 would be to develop an arrangement. So we started with the disco loop, which we put in there. We've got the rhythm happening. Then adding in a kick drum, how things come in and out and how they relate to each other, all the different parts of the track. And then programming in another loop just for the hi-hats. Adding in a clap and start developing some of the ideas, melodic ideas, etc. And then going over to another keyboard and putting in a bass line. Some other layers of rhythm, and just basically getting the whole feel of it up. Step 5, the Mixdown.
What was your comment before you said about the dance music?
Oh, that was Simon's fantastic quote.
Can we quote Simon on this?
We can quote Simon Lewicki.
Said,
Groove Terminator said that dance music is like the Borg. It sort of assimilates everything in its path and calls it its own, which is kind of true.
this is the whole generation.
Which is doing my eating, I can tell that.
Yeah.
Play a song for us, Johnny.
Back to what we're doing. Okay, so then you come to the mix, which is where all the sounds come together. So you can mix them in and out and change different parts of the sound. So you can make it go, bring out different parts of the sound, basically add them in. It's a very important step when you start combining the effects, how all the sounds come together.
So you'll have 3 hands.
Yep, this is when you start growing arms. And then you can start adding some of the effects.
Gotcha.
And that's basically your final product. And that's when you form basically the final product that goes down to the digital tape recorder.
Which is over there.
Which is over there.
Well, all of us, I think, leave this evening a little more knowledgeable about how to make your own dance track.
A little wiser.
Yeah, although not any better looking, unfortunately. But,
Speak for yourself, Robbie.
we are going to be back.
Just say you had $3,000 and you wanted to start yourself off in doing what you do.
Yeah, around that sort of price, you'll get like a second-hand sampler, you know, whatever you can find that's a good sort of price. Like Akai's a pretty good price. You'll need a computer to sequence it with. PCs are cheap enough and there's good enough software to support them now. And then you'll need maybe one or 2 synths just to support that. You can get some reasonable price ones or a module. Like there's some roller modules around that are okay.
So for $3,000, if people look pretty heavily into it, you think they'd probably be able to start off something in the bedroom, which would...
My first setup cost about $2,500 all up, and it sort of grew from there. So
it certainly has grown from there, hasn't it?
Yeah, like fungus. And step 6 is to sit back.
I know I'm a little bit close to it myself, but personally speaking, I think you've got something there that is pretty hot. I think
disco duck.
I think so too. I thought maybe you'd differ in...
No, I actually think it's really, really strong.
Relax. Yeah, well, you know, I'll keep working with it. We'll see what happens.
You reckon it's hot?
Yeah, I think it's really got something.
Do you reckon we can maybe get a record deal with that? Do you reckon?
Oh, it's a killer.
Yeah?
It's a
Things
national hit.
first, but yeah.
I reckon so. Alrighty, mate.
All right.
Thanks very much.
Thanks a
Good
lot.
on you, Noel.
See you
Awesome.
later.
See you later.
And wait for the record companies to start knocking.
Yeah, have you trashed it or do you still have it there?
Yeah, I trashed it.